What's going on, guys? It's Ace here, and as we all know, Madden will be releasing the Team of the Week players tomorrow. Those are the players who had an elite performance over the weekend of Week 14. So I decided to highlight a different little area of the Week 14 performances. We're going to do the anti-Team of the Week here, and I do not have NFL Sunday tickets, so I wasn't able to I wasn't able to highlight all the bad performances this week. So if I missed any players, coaches, or teams, hit me up in the comments section and let me know who else had a bad performance this week. But we're going to start off with 40 overall quarterback Matt Cassel. All these are going to be 40 overalls. These are the kind of cards you want if you're trying to put together a team, if you want to go 5-5 in a high school league or so. So we have Matt Cassel from the Dallas Cowboys, and I have his other scrub teams behind the Cowboys logo there because this guy is complete garbage. He's really hard to watch. He's just a struggle. He's not a good quarterback, and it's a real shame that he has to head up the Dallas Cowboys organization. They have the worst uniform in the league, in my opinion, and I think he puts it to shame. I don't think he deserves to be in it. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I just don't like Matt Cassel that much more. He's pitiful. He does bad every week. So we're gonna go ahead and make him the first anti-Team of the Week player, or anti-player of the week, whatever. Next, we have Andy Dalton, or his thumb, however. He went for that stupid tackle, hurt his thumb, and in what was perhaps one of their biggest games this season against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a division rival, they needed their man. They needed their quarterback to head him up, and because of his thumb that wasn't able to make it through the game, we had to put in A.J. McCarron, and they weren't able to win that one. They might not have won it with Dalton, but at least he would have been there, and who knows how long he'll be out, who knows how serious that is, but that's detrimental to the Bengals and to Andy Dalton's hand. Next, we have Robbie Gould, who didn't come up for the second week in a row, and if I had done these cards last week, he would have gotten one then. He had a phenomenal miss at the end of the game that might have sent it into overtime, just like he did last week when they had the opportunity to win the game. So Robbie Gould might not just be on this list, he may be off of a roster list soon. I don't think he's going to last very long in the NFL if he keeps missing big kicks like that. Next, we have the Denver offensive line. Not only did Denver's offense only manage to put up 12 points, they were all field goals, but they were also able to blow that lead. And this offensive line helped tremendously with that by allowing Khalil Mack to come through and getting 5 sacks. So he's going to be a player of the week. These guys are my anti-players of the week. I have a lot of offensive lines to blame today, but I only listed 2, I think. We have the Houston offensive line, who looked awful last night. They just weren't blocking, they weren't picking up blitzes, and the Patriots were all over Brian Hoyer for it. And the Patriots offensive line probably deserves to be on here too. However, they won, so it's hard for me to complain about anybody on that team. They did a good job last night. Moving on, the Atlanta Falcons as a team get a 40 overall. They are that was the worst performance ever, I think. 38-0. You got a team that's in free fall. They've been horrible over the last few weeks. And yes, I've demoted them to their old logo because they don't deserve a cool logo like the one they have right now. They haven't been able to pull off any wins. They lost to my Colts, and we'll get to them in just a minute. So this team in a division game gives the Panthers even more momentum. Shame on them for being my anti-team of the week. However, next we have, and I'll get to it here, the anti-hero of the week. Every week they do a hero set on Madden Ultimate Team. So our anti-hero set this week, if this were a real thing, would be the 10 overall Indianapolis Colts. I was going to blame the defense, but daggone, putting up 51 points. How about those Jaguars? Able to make this team look like a joke. And this is a real shame because the Colts are my favorite team, and they are proving that they may be the worst team in the entire league. I cannot think of a single team right now where if we went into the matchup, I'd say, oh yeah, the Colts got this. I'm really nervous for the Colts. Somehow they're still division leaders, and I think that's going to fall soon. So shame on them as well. They get the 10 overall card. They get the dishonorable card of the week, the anti-hero Indianapolis Colts. Next, we have a special bonus, and the bonus is me. The reason being, I started, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Brendan LaFell. There we go. I started Brendan LaFell on fantasy, and I had Ted Ginn Jr. on the bench, and I lost my fantasy matchup because of it. So I may not be the anti-hero of the week. I held up a fight in my fantasy matchup, but I'm disappointed in myself, so I get to be on this list as well. So if you guys like the list, leave a like, comment to anybody else you think should be on the list here, and hopefully I'll be able to continue